Israel's military says it has killed 2 people attempting to mount attacks in separate locations in the West Bank, following its days-long operation inside the occupied Palestinian territory. Several car bombs exploded in different locations, including near an Israeli settlement. The militant group Hamas praised the attempted attacks as a message of resistance. Israeli forces have killed at least 20 people in the West Bank in recent days, including a senior Hamas commander.
Palestinian children wait patiently by the side of the road as their families try to decide on a safe place to flee to, following Israel's raid on the West Bank city of Jenin.
We left everything behind. I have around 10 to 12 children in my house, and all I wanted was to get them to a safe place. The house can be replaced. There are snipers on top of every building in the eastern neighborhood, shooting at anyone who passes by the street. If a curtain moves, they shoot. As for social media, there's no internet, no mobile connection, nothing. My child here wears diapers and they've been out of stock for the past 2 days.
The city of Jenin has now become the center of Israeli operations. The Israeli police released this footage. It claims to show its troops killing a senior leader of Hamas in Jenin while he was driving. The Israeli military says militant groups in the West Bank have strengthened and conducted roughly 150 attacks against Israeli forces and civilians over the past year. In Jenin, locals say Israeli troops are surrounding the major routes leading into the city.
The real problem's with the children. There's no baby milk available. And I've got a sick girl at home with a high fever. We weren't expecting such things. And the ambulance can't even reach us.
Some Palestinians claim civilians are the victims of the Israeli raids.
Clashes erupted here. They hit a young man. He was just a young man, merely a child. What did he do wrong? They shot him in the head, and his brother is in critical condition in the hospital, despite him having done nothing wrong.
Since the October 7 terror attacks on Israel, Israeli raids in the West Bank have increased significantly. This is Israel's most intensive and prolonged operation in the West Bank in more than a year. Nearly 3 million Palestinians live in the occupied territory.
Let's now talk to journalist Balig Sladeen, who's covering the events from Tel Aviv for us. What's the latest on the situation in the West Bank?
Yes, so yesterday, apparently, 2 Palestinians that came from Hebron area, south of the West Bank, went north to the Gush Etzion area, where one settlement that apparently a car has exploded just outside of it in the petrol station, aiming for the, or actually to pull the Israeli forces toward that explosion. The attacker in that car tried also to attack the forces there, and he was shot and killed. In the same time, another Palestinian that came from the same place did try to enter the Karmet Sur settlement, the same settlement, and he tried to run over the security guard there unsuccessfully. And after that, he entered the settlement. The security guard shot him or shot toward the car, and apparently because of the explosive inside that car, it exploded as well. At least 10 kilograms of explosive was in that car. We can imagine what would have happened if that car exploded inside the settlements among or between other civilians or settlers right there in that settlements. And that's why we're seeing that the operation that Israel is conducting right now in Jenin, and also has finished in places like Tul Karim and the Jordan Valley, is the direct result of these threats from some Palestinian militants, although that they're still not named, and also it's not clear whether they are affiliated with the Islamic Jihad or Hamas or any other militant group. But that's exactly the reason why we're seeing the operation in the West Bank.
Now, in a separate development, Balig, Israel has confirmed it has hit a medical convoy in Gaza. Tell us more about that.
Yes, apparently an aid group that has been operating since the beginning of the war in Gaza wanted to supply fuel and also medical aid for an Emirati hospital in the south of the Gaza Strip, specifically in Rafah. At some point after the aid group or the convoy itself has actually coordinated with the Israeli army, other Palestinians armed according to the Israeli military has joined the convoy and led the convoy. Now, these are the facts that we know, but the aid group itself says that these Palestinians came to protect the convoy from any looting by other Palestinians or other armed groups, but the Israeli military says that they are armed or they were armed, and that's why they have been targeted because of the possibility that they steal this fuel. We've seen that happening over and over again. Now, this represents the complexity in the Gaza Strip and the whole situation, especially because of the lack of the alternative for Hamas or for any other ruling party in the Gaza Strip, as long as the Israeli government doesn't decide on that, and also as long as it's not possible actually to replace Hamas, as long as, of course, it still has the authoritarian capabilities, military capabilities, then unfortunately we're going to see such events happening over and over again.
Thank you very much. The journalist Balig Sladeen there reporting from Tel Aviv.
Thank you.